Lane, the beautiful fairy of the enchanted woods. Deep inside a magical forest, where the trees reached high into the sky and sunlight filtered through the leaves like golden ribbons, there lived a beautiful fairy named Lane. Lane was the most graceful fairy in the entire woodland. Her wings shimmered like diamonds in the morning sun, and her long, flowing hair moved gently whenever the forest breeze passed through the trees. Her eyes sparkled with kindness, and wherever she went, flowers seemed to bloom beneath her feet. Lane lived in a tiny cottage hidden inside the hollow of an ancient oak tree. Around her little home grew roses, wildflowers, lavender, and tiny mushrooms that glowed softly beneath the moon. Every morning, the birds would gather outside her window and sing, "Good morning, Lane." Lane would open her door and smile. "Good morning, my little friends." Lane had a very special gift. She could hear the whispers of the forest. She could hear the trees when they needed rain. She could hear flowers when they needed sunlight. And she could hear the soft cries of animals whenever they were frightened or lost. One beautiful afternoon, Lane was flying through the woods when she heard a faint cry coming from beneath a group of bushes. "Help me!" Lane immediately flew toward the sound. There, beneath the leaves, she found a tiny silver fox cub. One of his paws was caught beneath a fallen branch. "Don't be afraid," Lane whispered gently. She touched the branch with her magical wand. A soft golden light appeared, and the branch slowly lifted from the little fox's paw. The fox stood up and looked at Lane with grateful eyes. "Thank you," he said. Lane smiled. "You're welcome. Everyone needs a little help sometimes." From that day forward, the little silver fox became Lane's closest friend. They explored the forest together, discovering sparkling streams, hidden gardens, and secret paths that no other creature knew existed. One evening, as the moon rose above the trees, Lane noticed something unusual. Far beyond the oldest part of the forest, a mysterious golden glow was shining between the trees. What could that be? Lane wondered. With the silver fox flying beside her, Lane followed the light. They crossed an old stone bridge and entered a meadow Lane had never seen before. Her eyes widened with wonder. The entire meadow was covered with thousands of tiny flowers glowing beneath the stars. Fireflies danced through the air, and in the center of the meadow stood a magnificent crystal tree. Lane slowly walked toward it. Carved into the trunk were the words, "True magic belongs to the heart that gives love freely." Lane placed her hand upon the crystal tree. Suddenly, the entire forest began to sparkle. The flowers opened. The streams shimmered like silver. The stars seemed to shine brighter, and hundreds of tiny lights surrounded Lane. At that moment, Lane understood something very important. The greatest magic in the world wasn't found in a wand. It wasn't found in beautiful wings. It wasn't even hidden inside the enchanted forest. The greatest magic was kindness, love, and a heart willing to help others. From that night forward, Lane became the guardian of the enchanted woods. Whenever a creature was lost, Lane would find it. Whenever a flower was fading, Lane would bring it water. Whenever someone felt lonely, Lane would appear with a warm smile and a little bit of fairy magic. And sometimes, when the moon was full and the forest was very quiet, travelers would see a beautiful fairy flying among the trees. Her wings would sparkle beneath the moonlight. Her golden hair would dance in the wind. And if they listened carefully, they might hear her whisper, "There is always a little magic waiting for those who believe."